God, how many of you feel that like when you're not taking action, you're going absolutely insane? So I made a video, I think 2 weeks ago, about manifestation and are you really manifesting, or is manifestation driving you absolutely insane? And so I got a comment from a beautiful person from one of the shorts, and it's true. She basically was saying in a nutshell, when I'm not taking action, I feel I'm going insane. The constant chatter inside my head drives me mad. Who has felt this way? I put my hand up. I did. I do. I feel that way, where the constant chatter when I'm not taking action. So it's been over a year that I've been going into Neville Goddard and manifestation videos, and it's been super, super interesting and insightful. However, I did notice that teaching myself not to take action has been driving me insane. Why? Because we have been programmed, we have been structured, we have been forced into believing every action you take is a ripple effect of something, which it is true. I mean, if I take an action for something, there is something that'll happen due to it. I mean, if I go and, I'm cooking the eggs, they will get cooked and I will have to eat. So action is good because, you want to do certain things. You want to pee. You're not going to just sit and be like, I will not go to the bathroom. No, you're going to take an action, go to the bathroom, right? But that's all like intuitive stuff. Now, why does it drive us crazy to come to the notion that it is okay not to do something, to be able to actually receive things without putting in the action? It drives us crazy because that's not what we were taught in school. Everything was put in the effort, study hard to become something. You have to exert your energy. You have to get super suffocated. You have to feel like you've stretched your limits beyond belief so that you can achieve something. And then sometimes you even do all that. And then I remember I would get a C and I'd be like, I studied my butt off. And other times where I'd be just like, okay, I'm just going to go over this quickly. And I don't really have this panic state. Oh, I have to do the effort. They say, that if you study hard and study before and do all the right things and read the right books all the right time, and you stop socializing, kill your social life, kill your inspiration. Maybe you feel like drawing instead, or experimenting, or walking in nature, whatever it is when you're studying or talking to your friends. No, that's really bad. That's not going to give you, you're not putting in the right action to receive the A grade. Then I recognize the times that I wouldn't put that much effort, but I would just simply go over it. I would get the A and B that I wanted. Anyway, of course it didn't click back then. I was 15 and 16 years old and I didn't connect the dots. It was just more of an intuitive feeling. I'm not going to put that much effort into something. I want to have more fun in my life, and fun is meeting my friends and sitting and drawing, or, playing whatever, doing things, right? Just being alive, and I'll study every once in a while. So, but don't forget, this was forced down our throats. This is how you make it happen. Even our parents, the same mantra, you got to work hard to make something of yourself. You got to work hard so you feel like you're always efforting. And if you had parents who were emotionally immature and unavailable and didn't know how to cater to themselves, you had to put in the action of being super nice, or watch my video about super nice. Being super nice, being super kind, trying to do the right thing, so that you can get love, receive admiration, receive kindness from your parents or your friends or your siblings or your family members, whatever it is, right? So you had to put in the action, which always felt like effort, like you had to kind of delete a part of yourself. And the part that we end up deleting, sadly, is, let me check if my mic is working. The part we end up deleting, sadly, is, in reality, our intuitive nature, our fun aspect, the part of us that feels more alive. So just a quick question. How many of you feel that when you're not doing any action, you start to go through a state of anxiety and panic? And like you start to worry, like I'm doing nothing about the thing that I'm worrying about. Like I'm taking no action about the thing that I'm worrying about. Therefore, I'm going to fail. It's not going to work. It's not going to happen. Like there's this state of deep emergency in you. So then I decided, let me Google the definition of manifestation. So let me get the piece of paper, my book. So manifestation, in a nutshell, public display of emotion or feeling or something theoretical made real. So manifestation does not have the word action in it. Doesn't have control or action or anything like that. It basically all falls under the public display. That means publicly. You're seeing it in your 3D, right? It's publicly visible now, according to an emotion, a feeling, or something theoretical that has formed into a reality. Isn't that exceptional? Like, isn't that just amazing? That is what it means. It's crazy. So manifestation has nothing to do with action. Okay. You're not taking an action. You're not efforting your way into something, right? So let's say this, as you are teaching yourself how to put less action, less efforting, because it really, all our nervous systems are wrecked from the way we've been brought up, from the beliefs the programs we've been fed of lies like action, you're meaningless without it, you're useless without a job, you're nothing if you don't have that house and that car and all that rubbish, right? So your worth is really attached to everything around you and the actions you take, but you're worthless otherwise. So that's the meaning of manifestation. Now, let me just give you the definition of action, just so that your mind can see the difference between both. And you can choose which one you want. I mean, if you love doing action, which I spent most of my life efforting and working, and at some point, me and my friends started to call it just busy work. Like, it's just to feel that I am worthy to be alive. It's just to feel that I have some kind of purpose. I would busy work, sit and do this and make a new website and get into this app and open this and start to think of workshops and PDFs and just busy work so that I can feel accomplished by the end of the day. And not that it would ever give me anything in return. It was just a satisfying feeling inside that I did something, that I'm worth living, that I have value to be alive and breathing, right? But of course there was frustration in there because it was busy work. It was just doing the thing that, hey, work hard. I'm like, work hard. And then what? Nothing is coming out of it. But there was a deep satisfaction that, hey, I did my part. I put in my action. I burnt myself out. I strained my nervous system. I took up 7 to 8 hours of my day in busy work. Now I feel like I'm accomplished. And then I noticed this is all a brainwash. It's crap. It's bullshit. Okay, so let me tell you what action means. Action, the process of doing something, typically to achieve an aim. It's force, movement, to plan, activity. Okay, so it's basically you're doing something. So you're in the process of doing something. How do they work together? Now, this was the thing that was always confusing me. Well, I want to manifest my reality, but I need to do something to manifest my reality, not recognizing, just being in this trust mode, which takes a lot of effort to be in there because you're fighting against the programs. Don't forget, we have a program saying, only your actions will get you the money. Only your actions will let people respect you and honor you. Only your actions. And you have to be depleted because all the stories we hear are, this person was so poor and then they struggled and they did and they made it and now they own Kentucky Fried Chicken at 60, whatever, right? Stuff like that, right? So these stories also in our heads start to make us believe that if we're doing nothing, we're pointless, we're useless, we're lazy, we're insignificant. And that's the nightmare. That's actually the nightmare. So where are all of us? We are all in a vibrational state like this of fear and trauma, okay? That we are useless and worthless and unworthy and have no value, which is crap to be in. Can you imagine? Most human beings walking around this planet feel worthless, have no value, because they do busy work all day, all night, to feel worthy, right? But then the minute it's done, the next morning you wake up and you don't feel any better. So you do busy work again. Busy work, busy work, busy work. So what does it look like? If you do want to calm down on the actions, which is calm the nervous system down, right? Be more coherent and speak to divinity, like have the divine inspiration. It's like a divine inspiration to push you towards that action that needs to be taken, but not through a state of emergency, not through a state of fear, not through a state of lack, not through a state of, I have to, I feel so empty inside. If I don't, I feel useless. I feel worthless. How to do that? I went through this. Trust me. It sucks to try to step out of that program. But once you do, once you you basically become resilient. You're like, no, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this because my nervous system matters, my health matters, my well-being matters. What's the point of living on this planet if I'm completely burnt out all the time and I think I'm worthless, and no matter how much I do, how much I accumulate, how many things I do receive in life, I still feel worthless. I still feel like I have no value. And my only state of value is by doing, constantly doing. And even that doesn't fulfill or make me feel better because it's always in a state of lack that I'm doing from. So I'll share this story with you. I have wanted to paint my kitchen. It was all dark brown. I do not like dark brown wood. But from the moment I bought my house, the kitchen was that. And I kept looking into, I want to renovate it. I want to fix it. I want to hire people to come and do this thing for me. The kitchen, to repaint it. But then the prices were going up. And after the pandemic, the prices have been insane. I don't even know, what they're doing. Anyway, so the prices went absolutely insane, which is another video I want to talk about because it's just so stupid the way they do stuff where we have a whole pandemic and then everything gets so much more expensive, from rent to going to the supermarket and buying anything to putting gas in. Like, what the hell is going on here? But anyway, so after 5 years, I was like, okay, I started to visualize. Well, I did visualize for these 5 years, like a white kitchen, but I couldn't imagine it like a different design because I love the design of it in general. And I was like, oh, but I don't want it like glossy or very modern looking. I like the wood painted and all this. And so it just so happened when I finally came to terms with, I love the design of it and I want to change it. But I didn't want to spend the money on it because it's insane amount, people. And I was like, this is crazy. And then out of nowhere, just like that, like there was no effort. I didn't think about it. I didn't search and see and spend any time efforting on the thought. I was just visualizing it. And I'm like, okay, when it's meant to be, it'll be. I'm going to accept the way it looks and I'll see. Like that, just like that. I'm an artist. I paint. That's one of my artwork. I have them all over the house, but I haven't painted in a year, as I've mentioned before. And I don't know why. But this urge came in. I went to Home Depot. I bought primer. I bought paint. I asked, if I paint the wood, will it crack? Will it chap? What do I need to do? I met the most incredible woman at Home Depot. She was it was like divinity was like, okay, now it's time. But there was this deep desire to do it myself, which I never had. I was like, I don't want to do this. I don't have time to sit and paint the kitchen or, it was like so not part of it at all. I wanted it a certain way. But then there was this urge inside. I was like, I'll do it. Like, is it possible? And this incredible woman was right there at Home Depot. Never saw her again. And she was like, okay. She showed me pictures of the things she painted in her house, like wooden cabinets and everything. She was like, it's so easy. All you need to do is unhook the closet, put the primer on top, let it dry. After an hour, paint on top of it the color that you want, do a few quotes until you feel resolved. And then I was like, that's it? That's how simple it is? It sounded so simple to me, right? When before it wasn't, because I just aligned with that. And so I had all the action in the world. I spent a week. No, goodness, even less. I spent 4 days and I got the whole kitchen painted. I got art pieces. I repainted my desk. I turned my whole house white. You can tell I got somebody to paint the walls white because I have very high ceilings. And just because I want to share with you, this is the white kitchen. Okay, I painted all that white everywhere. So just to give you an idea, for you to see that when you are in a state of trust mode, when you are in a state of, I am going to trust that when the right time things will happen, I'm going to just visualize and imagine, like the definition of manifestation, right? A public display of emotions or feelings or something theoretical, it was a theoretical thought, made real. And who made it real? I did. How did I make it real? Divinity. There's nothing but divinity. The inspiration came through. The perfect woman was in Home Depot. She simplified it for me. She told me, get this primer and get this color, and this is the white. Don't use this white. This white is better, blah, 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 on and on and on. I left there with everything I needed, came home. Luckily, I did have these few days off, and it was a delight to be home. I was listening to audiobooks. I was having fun with my kids. They were helping me paint. It was a family thing. Tons of audiobooks and stories. And I started to listen to the Land of Stories, which my girls are reading as a book, but because I wanted to paint, I wanted to hear it. And I just started to paint and paint and paint and paint and paint. And in no time it was done. I painted the staircase that were brown. I painted them white. And everything was easy. And there was just this flow inside. And this energy came through me. And I felt like beings were helping me. Like just me, one woman, a single mom, doing all this in a few days. It just felt with ease. And that is what action looks like. It's not you planning the action out of fear. It's the action comes through passion, through a state of expression, right? So when you don't take action, no, this is how it works for me, okay? When you don't take action, one of the best ways I found for me, and this might work for you, you can try it out too, is to think, oh, divinity, my beloved source, is giving me time to relax, okay, to enjoy my day, to see, oh, what are the things I'd love to do? Who are the people I'd like to meet? What would I like? What do I want to enjoy? He's replenishing. Source is replenishing me, right? Because something delightful is happening very soon. And all this replenishing energy is going to ignite into some kind of action or something. But I'm just going to feel into it and just be in a state of like acceptance and joy without panic. Because when you are in action mode, there's a panic. And just notice this panic. Be like, oh, I'm panicking. I'm panicking. There's a worry. There's a stress. I'm overstressing. Ooh, I'm shutting down. Ooh, I'm not going to receive wisdom. Ooh, I'm going to start taking action out of fear. Ooh, I've gone back into the program. Ew, I don't want to be in the program. The program makes me feel horrible about who I am, makes me feel suffocated, unworthy, irrelevant, undesirable, disgusting, right? Get out of the program, just notice, observe. Observation is your best friend. Observe yourself, observe your body. So this is what I wanted to share with you. I hope it was helpful. I hope you can kind of understand why you're having a hard time when action happens, that you feel like you're going crazy and you start to panic and your system breaks down. And when you actually understand that, then now you can put in a different way of being, which is accepting it as the divine divinity source that adores you is giving you time to start to go out and choose the things that delight you, whatever it is, putting nail polish on, eating a certain meal, seeing a certain friend, walking in nature, sitting at home and doing nothing for 3 days. Like What is your delight? You know, planting, playing with your plants, playing with your animals. I don't care. Anything. There's nothing right or wrong. It's just your internal being telling you. You do that, you feel more at peace. When you feel more at peace, inspiration comes, action comes through that. Then when the action comes, it feels effortless. It feels like, why didn't I ever do this before? Like I kept thinking, why didn't I do this 5 years ago? It's because I wasn't in the right place internally, and it would have felt like effort. It would have been forced. I would have felt suffocated. And oh my God, I've only done one closet. Now I've got like 500 others to do. I don't want to do it. Like I would have been there. So that's what I wanted to share with you. If you enjoyed this and you want more of these insights and these truths, because these are truths, as I'm going through this, the learning of manifestation. Yes, I've manifested so many things into my life, and I'm still learning it. And I want to share my learnings and experiences with you, so you don't feel alone in this madness. Subscribe, hit like, let me know that you like this, and please share your comments at the bottom. It fulfills a part of me. And it makes me feel like I'm interacting, because as I'm doing these videos, it's just me talking, right? But then when you interact with me, it feels really delightful inside, because it feels like, these are my people. I can hear them. They hear me. We're talking. We're collaborating. So how do you feel when you don't take action? Share with me in the comments. Share your experience. How does it feel to kind of know that divinity is giving you time off to take a break and go have some fun before that's great inspiration of action comes through, where it's going to feel effortless? And deleting the program slowly. Delete. Anyway, I also have another beautiful podcast on YouTube. It's called Expand with Mel and Rain. I'm sure you are going to enjoy it greatly. I recommend you go watch it. It's very much about, large parts of it about narcissism and the dark entities, and how to grow past them and fall more into the presence of who you are, the truth of who you are. And a lot of the teachings, I've been teaching this for over 18 years, to find the positives within the negatives. How can I find my strength through these narcissists? So I love you dearly. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you on the next episode. Bye.